The one thing I love about coming to Devon is we're going to go down the hill now and get a really beautiful shot of the river, the whole valley, and then pop up the hill and right into town. It's beautiful year-round.
Now I would like to thank y'all for coming out here today. For today is the day that we are here to talk about freedom. You must believe in freedom.
One of the best views in town is on top of the old ski hill. You can overlook the river, the golf course, and the Lions campground. This is a spot where you'll find my dad's bench. My dad is a super awesome guy and a big support. Ever since losing him, I knew I needed to incorporate him somehow into my business. He had a greeting, "Hey there, how are ya?" It brought a lot of comfort to a lot of people, and it's now the slogan to my business. So I invite you, if you're ever in town or taking a little walk through the river valley, check out this spot to see how beautiful Devon really is.
But through these trails, a little story from back in 2007, I was proposing to my wife, and I thought it'd be great to do a scavenger hunt through these trails that would lead to this creek up here. And the one day I picked was the same day I think a church group was doing a scavenger hunt. So as I was setting it up, there was all of a sudden all these other clues to a whole different scavenger hunt. So that really threw me off. I decided I'd go hide in the hill, and the hill was full of thorn bushes, which I slid down, and I was just covered in thorns. I had to come down and meet her by the creek to propose, and I was covered in thorns and dirt, but hey, it made for a special day and a good story. You get a lot of beavers down here, so watch your toes. I think the one thing I took for granted growing up here was the trail system and the river. So I use it way more now than I did as a kid. Because nowadays we come use the river with the dogs, walk the trails. It's something you don't realize is as special as it is until you leave town. Probably my favorite memory here is me and a buddy were walking from our house to the field, and then we heard thumping, and all of a sudden we looked up and there was two moose coming after us, like straight after us, full speed. So we took off, we ran, we ducked under some stairs at the school, and the moose went right by us and off into the ravine. It was scary. I said frickin's okay. Yeah, frickin's okay.
Many years ago, I think I was 11. You know how the story goes. Young kid, small town in Devon. Big dreams, big astronaut shoes to step in. Big attitude, so when I ask the question, what if?
So this is where we'd spend a lot of our summers. I grew up just down the road over there, and I'd pull my hockey net over to this spot. And then I had a buddy that lived down that street, and he'd pull his net, and we'd meet up here and play for hours. Everybody from the neighborhood would come, and this was filled with kids all summer playing hockey. It was quite awesome. This is Dale Fisher Arena. Every Saturday night you'd come watch hockey here, Blades hockey. Let's see if it's open. Growing up here, we played from the age of basically 4 or 5 all the way up till I left high school. But every Saturday night, the Blades, we'd fill the stands. It'd be loud. It was a thing to do every Saturday night. I think when you think of Devon, hockey's one of the biggest things, and this arena's I think something very special to probably anybody growing up here. Spend a lot of time here. And on the backside of the arena is the outdoor rink that's full all winter. And they keep it in pretty good condition. The Zamboni will come out and clean it up, but there's kids here all night. The lights stay on pretty late. And a lot of good memories here too. Do you want me to show you my puck marks on the board?
Yes.
Okay.
Best part about living in Devon is that small town vibe. Then everybody knows everybody. Not only that, there's always an open rink to play hockey.
I love living in Devon because we're surrounded by nature but only minutes from the city.
So I love Devon because of the John Malin Wildcats. All we do is win, win, win no matter what.
Well, there's a few things that I absolutely loved about growing up in Devon. The one big one that I'll hit on is the proximity to the river valley and knowing that it's at your back door no matter where you are in town.
I loved growing up in Devon because of tobogganing on Max Hill. And now that I'm a grown-up, whenever I come to Devon, it feels like coming home.
I like living in Devon because there's lots of family-oriented events around town.
Devon days.
Why do you love Devon days?
From the rides and the camping and fireworks. I was grown up in Devon and don't know river.
Growing up in Devon, one of my favorite things to do is eat at this little gem called Florida Pizza. It was good food, really great people. I take my kids there to this day and they love it just as much as I do.
My parents have lived in Devon for almost 36 years and still live in the same house that we grew up in. And now I get to take my kids to their grandparents' house in Devon and they get to explore the town all over again, the same way that we did growing up. And that sense of community and that being passed down is pretty cool.
What a wonderful world.